suffering from something that you would assume a person would focus on themselves and their situation and their struggle.
In or out of uniform, Tony Vick is driven to serve.
He has a servant's heart. He wants to help other people. He cares about other people.
As a teenager, he may not have realized that yet.
Basketball's was my biggest passion.
I didn't have any plans for the military. I was hoping to get some kind of basketball scholarship to a JUCO or something.
Kind of goes to show that there's a plan in place from God all along.
All total, Tony would spend 16 years in the Army and Air Force Reserves, including 10 years in civil service.
Yeah, I joined the Army Reserves right out of high school. It was just shy of 14 years, and then I transferred to the Air Force in 2017. I was deployed with the Army back in 2004 and 2005 to Kosovo. When we deployed, I worked in the Tactical Operations Center, and that's kind of like a 911 dispatchers. It was awesome. It was much better than just doing paperwork, so I definitely enjoyed that deployment. Take a lot of pride in the uniform and being able to serve this amazing country of ours.
Oh yes, yeah, he looks good in uniform.
Tony and Karen went to the same high school, but connected later through social media and started dating.
We've been together a little over 10 years. We've been married for almost 5.
Tony was diagnosed just 2 years after they were married.
It actually kind of started in 2014. I started noticing my right hand was losing grip in the gym.
Doctors thought it was carpal tunnel syndrome and did surgery. Later, doctors were planning surgery on his spine because of stiffness in his legs, until another series of tests.
But he did all the tests they do with reflexes and everything. And that's the first time anybody has said anything about ALS. And then September 20th of 17 was when I was diagnosed at KU.
Tony was alone when he got the diagnosis. Karen was away on vacation, but he didn't want to tell her over the phone.
As he's picking me up from the airport, the hour-and-a-half ride home was complete shock. I almost can't even remember what was going through my head because I just was in shock.
I told her on the ride home, and that was probably the longest hour-and-a-half ride.
But I do think ALS has brought us closer together in so many ways.
She's crazy strong inside. That's kind of why it makes me laugh when she's so anxious about me, but it just goes to show how much she loves me.
But they refused to let fear rule their lives.
Yeah, faith over fear has been a motto that my family and I have kind of adopted.
My motivation is just that, my family and I have a very strong Christian base, and just knowing all the blessings that have been provided to me, it would totally be selfish to just sit there and not try to help other people as much as we can.
Tony really lights up when you ask him about helping other veterans with ALS.
It was the Mid-America chapter of the ALS Association put me in contact with one veteran that was diagnosed within the last 8 months or so. I don't remember the exact date, but we reached out to them and made sure they were receiving the VA benefits that he was entitled to.
Tony has participated in local fundraisers and even flew with a delegation to Washington to advocate for increased funding for ALS research. He served his nation, but after being medically retired following his diagnosis, Tony's now serving others diagnosed with ALS.
He served all those years in the military. He's done a lot of other things that he wouldn't tell about or brag about or anything, but he's done a lot of things in an effort to help other people.
You think you have a lifetime to spend with someone, and when it's cut short, you try and squeeze everything you can into this time frame that is unknown.
Each day is a blessing, and you just try not to waste it.